Well, today is August 9th, 2017, and I wanted to start keeping a record of how well our gardening is doing each year. Because supposedly it's supposed to be getting hotter each year, and we just had about 100-degree weather more last week. So this is just to see how well plants are going to be doing the next, few dozen years. See how much hotter things get. Anyway, let's start off with the right side. The potato box. So most of these, the big ones, those three, those are red potatoes, and all the little sprouts, those are all gold potatoes. And I planted the red ones earlier in the year, and they've just been eaten. I don't even know what. You can see all the little holes. Obviously, leaves missing. These ones are getting the exact same thing going, and I'm pretty sure it's bugs just eating on this tree, falling out of it, falling onto these, start chewing on them. But they still produce potatoes, pretty decent ones. Not as big, but they're delicious. Okay, let's go into the main garden here. Let's start right here with this zucchini plant. Well, you can actually see there's a pretty decent zucchini growing right here. There's some more on the other side. This guy was tough in the beginning of the year. I was watering it every day, or every night, and it started to turn yellow and get really droopy. I just wasn't liking it. So then I waited, 2-3 days before watering it, and it started, getting crispy around the edges, just because of the heat waves, I'm sure. There has been a lot more leaves in here, but I had to cut them all off, so it's definitely been through some tough times. But after a while, I noticed that the color wasn't changing. I was getting the right amount of water, but Miracle-Gro all-purpose mix really saved my butt. So it seems to do much better now. So I'll keep that in mind for next year. Alright, now I'll move on to these guys. This is all romaine all the way down. I'm letting it shoot up right now just so I can collect some more seeds off of it for next year. But these were some pretty darn big romaine plants. We had already cut them down and turned them into salads and stuff, and they were awesome. But that's those. I'll go ahead and come down here to this guy. This was the first plant of Swiss chard I put in this year. I love these things. They're so pretty. It's for me, it's kind of like staring into a fire. You can just stare at it forever. This thing is so vibrant, it just glows. It's almost like a lightsaber or a glow stick. It's super pretty. It almost looks like a heart. Those veins. It's awesome. Okay. And then I'll go on to these tomato plants. We got some cherry tomatoes here. These are heirlooms, a couple of celebrities, and Aroma tomato back there. And all of these I water every other day. Sometimes I wait a couple of days in between. They don't like to be watered all the time, because I'll start noticing the bottom portions of the plant will start turning yellow like this. I can actually snap that off. I don't need that there anymore. It might be a problem. Start creating fungus for the rest of the plant. But it'll start shedding these if you're giving it too much water, or if they're touching the ground too much, getting in, the grass blades or something. Get all that out of there. Anyway, so yeah, the tomato plants seem to be doing well. Not as big as previous years, but they are producing a pretty darn decent amount of tomatoes. Very nice. And then over here I've got some more Swiss chard. Right there and there. And those are just multicolored ones. Looks like those are white. That's the only red one. And then these bad boys, these are my corn stalks. It's sweet corn. Looks like this guy's got 2, but some of them got 3 ears going. It's a new shoot, but two decent sized coming in there. And this one, this particular shoot is 6 feet tall as me. Not too bad. They're doing awesome. And all I do is pretty much shake off the male portion of the plant in my hand from one, and then I'll dump it into the female portion of the next plant over, so that way they get a different gene variety in there. Anyway, move on to the longer section of the garden. Ooh, point out these two. This is lemon thyme. Oh, it's so good. Smells just like lemon. A little bit of thyme, obviously. And then this is an excellent rosemary plant. Love this thing. It's doing super good this year. And it smells wonderful. And I pretty much only water those guys when I see the soil get completely dry. I'll even shove my finger in there. If I don't feel any moisture, I'll just soak them all the way through. I guess I didn't mention that for the corn and the Swiss chard over there. I water those pretty much every day. Sometimes 2 times a day, in the morning and at night if it's going to be super hot out, but otherwise I just do it either at night or in the morning. And go on to this section. This is red potato, this big section. A little bit of gold potato back there. And I planted this really low in here when I first started. I'm just growing it up and up and up and up, adding more and more potting soil into it. The goal is to get it all the way up to here. And have this thing just bushed out up here, have it flower and everything, and I'll have it full of wonderful potatoes. And this, I've noticed, isn't getting eaten. There's no holes in it like the other potatoes. And I think that's because it's out here in the light, and it's not underneath that big old tree with all those bugs. So, good observation there. I water this pretty much every day. I don't want it to dry out or anything, otherwise it'll roast in there pretty quick with this black trash bag as a lining. Okay, and this is more sweet corn. A little bit younger, some male portions starting on them, but for the most part they haven't started any of their female portions. So they're fairly young, got some time to go. And the whole rest of this row down here is all Swiss chard. Down here, or a little bit further down, there's some green leaf lettuce going that somehow managed to survive the heat. But, man, I just love these things. This one's pink. This one's red. A little bit of pink in there. This one's like, whitish green.